So what is going on YouTube? This is your boy FlyIslandGuy, and I'm back with another OnAir North American tour video. So we are back here in Gander International Airport in Newfoundland, and today we're heading over to Quebec. To be specific, Bagotville, Quebec. So we're heading back west today. And we're not dipping back into the States yet, but we should be sometime soon. So, I was a little concerned about today's flight because I saw that the weather in Newfoundland was a little bit messy. We're supposed to get a bunch of snow, but right now, in the sim at least, things are right. So when I checked the weather report for Gander International, I'm getting winds are from the north at 14 knots with gusts at 20. Visibility is only a mile, and the temperature is -1 Celsius with light snow and low drifting snow. And the ceiling is 300 feet, which, as you can see right now, in the sim is not really the case. So maybe it's a case of the sim trying to catch up weather-wise, but it's not looking too bad here. So definitely the METAR report for Newfoundland is a lot worse than it actually shows right now. So just gonna quickly go over to the Bagotville weather, just see what's going on there. It's looking a lot better actually. So winds are out of the west at 10 knots. Visibility is 25 miles, but it's really cold there today at -16 degrees. Altimeter 3006. Ceiling is 12,000 feet. So hopefully our approach into Bagotville shouldn't be too bad, but definitely expecting some icing or something going on the way there. But anyway, let's hop into the cockpit. We're already all loaded up and we're ready to go, so let's go and get this guy started. What we'll do is just have a quick look at the flight plan. The flight plan has us leaving Gander International, just heading west across Newfoundland. Really similar to the path that we took here. We're going to head over Sydney, Nova Scotia, and actually that is not Sydney, Nova Scotia. This is New Brunswick. We're going to be heading over New Brunswick, and then we're going to be coming into Bagotville, Quebec. It's actually pretty interesting. Like I do this drive fairly often from Nova Scotia to Quebec, and I love this little spot right here. It's very, very, very picturesque when you're driving down on the highway coming down this way. You can see the river mouth right there, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, enough talking on my end. I've been talking for way too long. Let's get these engines started, all right? So we've already got the parking brakes on. Let's get our ignitions on. We're taking the props out of feather. Let's start the right engine.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Whoops. Forgot to turn my beacons on. So getting dinged already. Nice. Alright. Engine 1 is started. Let's go ahead and let's start engine 2. Or the left engine. I don't know which one is which. So I'm just pulling up our little taxi map in the meantime. Okay. Alright, so here in Gander International, we are supposed to be departing runway 3. So, according to this, 3 is kind of off to our, it's in front of us. So when we get started, we're going to just taxi left and come into this taxiway if you could see it, because the snow is covering the ground pretty heavily. And we're just going to taxi out here, come into the runway, backtrack to 3, and then take off. In fact, we might not even backtrack, we might just take off from right there. Alright. Both engines are started now. Gonna get the alternators on. Ignitions could come off. Gonna turn our taxi lights on, as long as a few other guys here. And gonna turn the pitas on as well, because we're freezing our nubs off right now. And we'll get started with the taxi. I'm just gonna be careful with this taxi because it's extremely icy out here, and I literally have no idea where I'm going right now. Interesting. The livery on that plane is backwards. Okay. Oops. Should be going right. Portugal Airways. Alright, now we're going straight ahead. So I'm basically riding the brakes pretty hard because I don't want to pick up too much speed and then lose any braking power altogether. She forgot about my good old reverse thrust. Probably use that to help slow down instead of the brakes. But I'm glad. I thought the weather was going to be horrible here, because they were forecast to get a lot of snow today. But it's turned out to be a pretty good morning so far, so I hope everyone is doing well. I've had a bit of the day started out alright and it kind of went downhill after that. So just kind of on here just to blow off some steam and, just enjoy myself, you know what I mean? Alright, so we should be turning on to runway 3 now. So I think I'm going to take off from here. We have about maybe, say about 7,000 feet of runway, which should be more than enough. So I don't want to taxi all the way back up there. Alright, so we're going to line up on the center line. Okay. Landing lights on, taxi lights off, strobe lights on. It's gonna
oral warning, okay.
Turn the flight director on. Cool. Alright. Okay, I think we're ready to go, folks. Let's get out of here. Rotate.
Airborne time log.
Gear up. Laps up.
Stall, 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 stall.
It's literally the second time that that's happened. And I have no idea why. Alright. Okay, yaw damper and autopilot on. We'll go nav mode. And we're gonna go flight level change. Alright, so we're established on our flight plan now. So I think we are. Or about to be. Yeah, this is the second time I've gotten a stall taken off like that. I don't know why that's happening, but yeah, no clue. Alright, let's bring our RPM back. So we're heading up to 26,000 today. Hoping that we'll be able to get through the clouds and and just be in some clear skies on the way. But yeah, I gotta look and see what's going on with that that stall. Alright. Just watching my engine temperatures. Alright, so we're heading towards 10,000, so the landing lights will come off. It was all good, Newfoundland. Appreciate you. Alright, when we hit our... Well, once we punch through the clouds, I'm going to... just have a little chat about where we're heading today, because I actually don't know too much about it. This is my ice foaming on the windows. Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of glad how this day turned out. With there not being any snow. I thought for sure we'd have to like dig the plane out and, you know, get our Santa Claus on in the sleigh. But it turned out to be actually an alright day. So I hope that bodes well for when we get to Bagotville. Okay. Alright, so we're heading towards 18,000. Once we cross 18,000, I will go to standard altimeter 299 and 2. Alright. So, let's actually talk about Bagotville. So, looks like Bagotville is actually a Canadian Air Force base. In the city of Saguenay. Don't know where that is. Well, I do know where it is, but it's a little ways north of the city center. Looks like a decent sized airport though. Just trying to bring it up in decent sized airport. It's got a 10,000 foot runway and a 6,000 foot runway as well. Nice. Alright, so you punch through the clouds, which is what I like to see. And I have to keep backing off on the throttles. Interesting. All right, so yeah, we're about to reach top of climb. That's what it's called. We're about to reach top of climb soon. So what I'll do is I'll come back to you a little later in the flight, and we'll see how things are going. Now that we're through the clouds, should be pretty smooth sailing. So we're almost at our cruise altitude, which is 26,000 feet. And when we reach there, I will head off and I'll be back in a little bit, alright? Alright, we have 1,000 to go. Alright, so we're at 26,000 now. And yeah, we're just really getting started on this flight. According to SimBrief, you're looking at roughly, what is it? 2 hours and 40 minutes. It was a 2 hour 40-minute flight, so I didn't think it would be that long, but it is. And I totally forgot again to start the timer just before we took off. But I'll do that now then. Alright, cool. So I'll check you guys back in a little bit and give you an update on where we are. Probably when we're over when we reach over northern tip of New Brunswick here. Yeah, we'll link up there and we'll probably be starting our descent shortly after that. Alright, so I'll catch you guys when we get back. This is FlyIslandGuy. I'll talk to you then. So how is everyone doing? We are back. It has been, for the most part, pretty uneventful flight so far. Well, we have had a couple issues, so with, actually let's go up to the cockpit. So one of the issues that I've seen, actually first time I'm seeing this in the King Air, is a fuel imbalance warning. So if we look down here, oops, you can see that our left fuel tank is draining a lot faster than the right fuel tank. So I actually have no idea how to change that. I was kind of been messing around with these buttons to see exactly what to do. But I mean, I don't know if it's really doing anything. So yeah. So gotta keep an eye on that, because we're probably going to end up running out of fuel in one of our engines. But hoping it doesn't come down to that. But you know, if we gotta fly in on one engine, we're gonna have to fly in on one engine. We shall see. I honestly do not know how to I have no idea how to switch engines. I've been trying the cross feed, see if that works. But I mean, I haven't even seen like the fuel levels rise, so yeah, have no idea what's going on. But anyway, so let's just hope that something's actually happening, and we'll go from there. Alright, so right now we're heading towards Wopak. Wopak that's what I decided to be my top of descent. So if we look at the weather in Bagotville right now, we are at winds coming out of 280 at 9 knots with 20 miles visibility, roughly. Altimeter 3010 and negative 17 degrees. So still super cold there, but things are looking all right as far as the visibility is concerned, and it's not too windy. So based on our winds, looks like the runway that they've given us, which is runway 29, I believe, is okay. And because visibility is good, we'll do the RNAV approach today. So if we just take a look at that, pretty much we'll be using we'll have Amzog as our initial approach fix, and we'll be approaching there at looks like 2,500 feet, and then we'll be going to Zova, and then descending down to Igzik. Weirdly named waypoints, but it is what it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's program that into our program that to be GPS. So our approach will be doing the RNAV 29 approach. Push the Amzog transition, so we'll load that. I'm seeing some kind of weird loop thing going on. Alright, let's try that again. I don't know why this Goober is in here. So I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to try and delete it and see what happens. Okay. Let's remove this. Okay, and let's hit load again, see what happens. Oh, okay. So that waypoint's already in there. I didn't realize it was going to Google. So what we can do is, let's just use that. I think that's supposed to be the transition. So let's do that instead. There we go. Now, let's keep an eye on the fuel. Alright, so the next thing that we need to do is kind of determine our rate of descent. So I actually wanted to start my descent at this Wopak waypoint. So if we go active flight plan and start from, oops, so stop that. Wopak is, so to next waypoint it's 36 nautical miles. So 36 and 19 is 54. 54 and 19 is 54, 19, 73. And then 73 and 64 is too much. So it's, we could probably actually start a descent from Ipto instead. And then that'll give us 83 nautical miles to get down to 2,500 feet. And let's see. We'll go from 26,000 to 2,500. And so according to the calculations, that'll be 1,400 feet per minute. That's our descent. And that'll be from Ipto, so that'll be from this guy. Alright. Next thing that I need to do is I need to find out how to switch, kind of get the fuel tanks balanced out. Because I honestly have no idea how to do that. Standby pump switches are inoperative. Set left aux tank transfer to override. I'm just trying to look up how to actually do this. Transfer switch to auto. Then select the engine to be cross-fed using the fuel panel's cross-feed flow toggle switch. To send fuel to the operating engine, turn its auto transfer switch to auto, and then set fuel select the engine to be cross-fed using the fuel panel's cross-feed flow toggle switch. is this guy. This turns on both the inoperative engines and a cell's standby pump and green fuel cross-feed light on the annunciator panel. I have no idea. Failure could use expired sometimes. Move the fuel control transfer switch from normal. I have no idea. There's no transfer. This bypassed the automatic transfer feature. I have no idea. Yeah. I don't know. Let's just hope we don't run out of fuel before in that engine before we need to get somewhere. I have no idea. No idea. Get it. It's still, the fuel's still going down. That's the main tank. So, I don't know. Anyway, these next two are short hot before we can kind of dial back the engines and let it glide down. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we don't run out of fuel. Anyway, so it seems that every flight something adventurous is happening. I'm not liking that. So yeah, this is interesting. What I'll do is I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'm gonna try and like see if I can troubleshoot a little more, because there's got to be some kind of way to balance these tanks out a little bit. But when they come back, we'll be starting our descent into Bagotville, and hopefully it won't be the descent of death. So we'll see what happens. All right, I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. We are just about to start our descent into Bagotville. So I'm just going to go in here and start putting in our altitude for our initial approach fix, which is 2,500. We'll hit the vertical speed button just to prepare. Good news as well is that it looks like the fuel feed worked. Let me just start the descent now. So we'll go down to 1,400 feet per minute. Let's do 1,500 maybe. Yeah, so sorry, as I was saying, so it looks like I set both of these to aux transfer override. I don't know if I have to do both, but I just selected both because apparently if you leave it on auto, it I guess kind of auto balances or whatever. I don't really know. And then I just hit the set fuel cross feed to feed into the left tank. So what I've noticed is that the fuel coming out the left tank is a lot lower than what's coming out the right tank. So it looks like if you look now, they're about to be the same. And I've gotten rid of the warning that was showing up. So I think that's good. So right now we are actually over Quebec now. We've crossed from New Brunswick and crossed over the river, and we're just now descending into Goober, which is our initial approach fix. So we have to hit 2,500 feet there. So that is awesome. I'm excited about that. I think our fuel is just about balanced out now, or almost about to be balanced out, so I'm going to switch the cross feed back to off soon and then kind of go back to auto. So what I was trying to explain before as well is, so for this trip I'm carrying porcelain, and I didn't even realize it. Once I was experiencing some turbulence when we got out of Newfoundland, and I started getting an integrity warning. So it's, I guess the porcelain's been breaking or whatever, and so now it's down to like low 90% integrity. And it looks like we're probably going to be flying over some more like mountainous regions, so it's going to probably be a little bit more turbulence going on. But I guess it's alright. At this point now, I just want to get the aircraft down. So as I was saying, we're continuing our North American tour. So we have been from Nassau, we've gone to Augusta, Georgia. From Augusta, Georgia, we went to, we had to do like a little transfer flight in between there. I don't remember where we went to for that transfer flight. But from there we went to Stewart International in New York. Now we've gone from Stewart International to Gander in Newfoundland, and now we're back from Newfoundland to Quebec. So pretty good. I did what I want to accomplish in terms of hitting East Coast Canada, and we are now kind of heading towards Central Canada. We'll see where the next trip takes us. Maybe somewhere in northern central United States, or we might just continue across Canada. We'll see how it goes. Now heading towards 18,000 feet. Looks like the fuel is about balanced now. I'll give the right tank just a little bit more, and then we'll switch it back to auto. Yeah, I'm still nervous though. Still nervous about getting the plane down. I'm tired of getting into these positions where we're having issues with fuel. The last flight, it was OnAir was going into maintenance mode, so I wasn't too sure if we'd actually be able to record the flight. My nerves aren't, they can't take this. They can't take this. So. Alright, crossed of 18,000, so change the altimeter. It's now 3010. And I'm just keeping an eye on the fuel right now. As you can see now, it's pretty much balanced out, which is good. And that right tank has come down a lot. So before, the right tank was almost kind of up at was it 500 pounds maybe? And now it's come right down to, I don't know, what's that? 200 pounds. So we got now 200 pounds in both tanks. Well, about 200 pounds in the main tank and 200 pounds in the auxiliaries. Alright, so I'm gonna shut the cross feed off, and we'll go back to auto. Hopefully that'll slow down the rate of burn in both tanks. We'll see. done down to almost 10,000 feet. So when we get near the 10,000 feet, we will turn our landing lights on. Fuel's looking okay-ish. Still a little worried about it though. So let's go to about 10.5. Actually, we don't get penalized anymore for it being on to, or lights being on about 10,000 feet too much. So go ahead and switch those on. So learn my lesson from last time. When we land today, we're going to try and use reverse thrust. I vowed to not slide off the runway. Probably just going to use reverse thrust from now on, to be honest. Air is getting a little choppier. Down to 7,000 feet. We are 10 nautical miles out from Goober. All right, 6,000. Get a little excited, mainly because I just want to land. Once again, today has been an ice-free day. as far as the engines and wings are concerned. Really, virtually no build up at all, which surprised me. Considering right now it is pretty cold out here. Let's switch to Celsius. They did say the report was that the ceiling was at 12,000 feet. A few clouds at 4,500 feet. Definitely lower down than that. That's interesting. Should be getting down to 2,500 now. So we've crossed our initial approach fix.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
We're about to overspeed.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Alright, so I'm going to select approach mode. And according to the plates, 2,500. And then at 1.1 nautical miles to Igsug, we descend to 1900. Interesting. Right. So we'll see how that goes. Not too sure if OnAir is going to work again. Oh wait, I think I'm seeing a snowflake moving. Actually, yeah, I think we'll be good. It's good. Beautiful looking approach. Gonna drop a notch of flaps. Let's get down to 1900.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
I'm gonna drop the landing gear just to get rid of that warning. Runway is straight ahead, and we should be capturing the glide path sometime soon. Alright, I'm gonna get this airport map loaded up so I know where I'm going when I land. So taxi. Oh. glide path did not work. Sucks. I'm gonna have to fly it in by hand, but we are going to the right. So, I'm gonna disengage the autopilot. I'm gonna go full flaps. Oops. Had another loss of integrity. Alright, so we're pretty high right now. Very high, actually. So I'm gonna try and get line back up. I'm gonna turn. Looking better on the glide path now. Just gonna try and trim it out. It's a little more controllable. Okay. I think I turned the yaw damper on again. Did I do that? Yaw damper. Oh, no, still off. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can land this guy in one piece. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Let's check our speed. We're really fast.
Wind 290 at 13 knots.
About 120 knots, which is a little faster than I'd like. Alright, so when we land, reverse thrust. Here we go. Here we go.
Landing time log.
A little off center, but it's alright. A little hard to control. All right. So, turn here. Alright, successful landing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bagotville. Now, I just need to find somewhere to park. We're going way too fast now. too fast. Let's just find a place to drop this plane. Turn these landing lights off. Alright. So let's just drop it right here. Cool. Strobe off. All these guys off.
Engine off time logged. Flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Cool. So we got the flight finished. Still got my flaps down. Oh god. Alright. Chrome livery still looking good. That was a bit of a poop show, a little bit, but we did get there and got there in one piece, and really, like, it's good that I'm getting the hang of using the reverses, because with all this snow that we're dealing with, there's pretty much no way to stop these planes right now when they touch down. Alright, so let me see what's happening for OnAir. Alright, so this is a bad flight for OnAir. We lost 50% reputation for stalling the aircraft on takeoff. I still don't know how to get around that. We lost 0.5% reputation for landing without 30 minutes of fuel reserves. We lost a tiny percentage for not having the beacons and strobes off at engine start. So kind of sucks. No reputation gain, actually reputation loss for this flight. No safety bonus, no aircraft handling bonus. So that was horrible. But outside of that, we got the funds, which is good. So that's the main goal of these flights at the end of the day, is to get that money. And slowly working our way towards 1 million, which is what I'm looking for. So that's about it. Thank you guys for checking out this this flight. I am going to try and find another job that's going to push us closer to that 1 million mark. I'm good. It's good that I'm seeing it now, because at this point we're only really about a third of the way through our North American tour, which means there's lots of potential to build up cash. So as soon as I finish this tour, I am returning the King Air, and I'm going to be on the market to see what I could buy. So very, very excited about that, because renting these aircraft is like really putting a hole in my potential savings. Alright, you guys, that's about it. Stay safe, fly safe. I'll catch you on the next one. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. I'm out. Peace.